All right. Welcome to Preparedness Month. Again, September is National Preparedness Month, so you're going to have places like the CDC, FEMA, who's the other one? Anyway, ready.org has a bunch of this information, so we're just going to go over and kind of critique and what the government recommends, right? So, I've been doing this preparedness thing for a while. And we're going to start here with safeguarding critical documents and valuables because, again, I've switched from, hey, there might be a natural disaster to, oh my God, end of the world, what can I do type mindset, right? So again, where I live, there's no real, the biggest natural disaster I have to worry about is fire. I live in South Texas. Could get an occasional hurricane. Although, if it comes to the Gulf, once it does hit us, it's usually downgrade. We just get a bunch of rain and not a lot of wind. There's possibilities of tornadoes, but again, haven't had one. Flooding when we get lots of rains. But anyway, all that. You should go out, if you don't already have one, get a document, portable, fire and waterproof safe. I forget what brand I have, but I have that inside of a bigger fire and waterproof safe. That way, if it's something like a natural disaster like flooding or something like that, I can open up the big safe, pull that out, lock the big safe back down, and take that and go. That way I have my important documents. They also recommend like this. Your vital records, birth certificates, marriage, divorce, adoption, custody paperwork, passports, driver's license, socials, your pet's information. Another thing that I did as well is I took pictures of all the documents and put those on a flash drive, put the flash drive in a little Faraday cage, and have that ready to go as well. Just another thought. Your financial and legal paperwork, so paperwork showing, your lease, your mortgage, like where you live, your vehicle information, it says tax paperwork on it, estate planning, all that type of stuff. You should have a copy of it or a picture of it or information how to get that said information. With your medical, you should have your medical cards, disability documents, your living wills, things like that. You should have your emergency contact list. So, if you're preparing for the end of the world, you might not think about your normal natural disasters. So this document here, I'm like, this made me think. So I went through and I double-checked everything. So, all right, do I have my upgraded mortgage paperwork? Do I have my property tax paperwork? Do I have all the kids' birth certificates, passports, socials? My kids' dependent IDs, my DD-214. So I went through and I redid all those documents. It's not on this, or is it on this one? Hold on, let me double check information, blah. No, it's not this one. One of them recommends having DNA swabs for your children, update stuff like that. So a few years ago, we were at a event in the town that I grew up in, and they had the police, or the city police were there, the neighboring towns' city police were there. They had 3 different sheriff's departments, the FBI, a couple different fire departments and stuff like that. And one of the nonprofit groups there, you go through, you fill out this card with the description of your child, and then they do a mouth swab. Put the mouth swab in a, they put in a thing and then put that in a thing and then put it all in the bag. That way you can have it in your safe. That way if anything happens, like they don't keep a record of the swab, you just have all that information. That if your kid goes missing or anything like that happens, you have all that information right there that you can go hand over to a detective, police department, whoever it is. So they have the DNA for, worst case scenario or, just identification. So that's another thing that is recommended that you have. Not on this one, but you'll see it again. I have a bunch of these we're going to go over this month just because, it's Preparedness Month. Yay! So again, I did the blog post in the 12 ways to prepare, which again are sign up. This is what FEMA recommends. Sign up for their alert system. Make a plan. Save for a rainy day. Practice emergency drills. Test family communication plan. Safeguard documents, which we're covering now. Get a fire and waterproof safe. Put your important paperwork in it. Have that so you can grab it and go if you have to. Plan with neighbors. Make your home safer. Again, I talked about in the past. I don't know if it was a regular podcast, if it was in a blog post, if it's just random stuff I did. Now, make your home safer. They're talking about more for a natural disaster. I did hardening your home to make it harder for criminals to break into. It's close to the same thing, right? Know your evacuation routes. This one's important. I did this one, kind of covered in the one blog post with your bug out vehicle. If you live in a highly populated area and you're trying to escape, roads are not meant for every person in that area to be on at one time. So you got to leave early or go a different route. Get a helicopter, get a plane, get a boat, a train, off-road, bicycle, something that you don't have to be on a paved road to escape if it comes to that. Anyway, so assemble and update supplies. Again, that's going to be like your food and water, your medical stuff, those types of things. Recommends get involved in the community, know your emergency management people. That also helps if you join that, because then you actually get you'll have advanced warning for stuff going on. And then document and insure your property. Again, go through, take pictures of stuff, get serial numbers, get a sheet. Again, we'll cover that. They actually have a huge long PDF that goes over all that type of stuff, that a lot more in depth we're going to cover. But again, have multiple different records in multiple different places that you can access at different times if need be. Again, this was nice. This is a little refresher because, again, I kind of switched from, hey, let's make sure I have all my documents together. Like, all right, I got like a food, water, ammunition, get prepared for the end of the world, to, well, if a hurricane blows through and the property floods, we have to get out quick. Do I have all my paperwork together that I'm going to need to show that, hey, no, I do own this place. I do pay the insurance on it. Hey, insurance guy, this is all my stuff. So sometimes in the preparedness community, you tend to go a little overboard in one spot. So something like this, I was like, oh, I'm overlooking the complete absolute basics where I don't have to purchase anything other than a fire and waterproof little safe. I just have to put all my paperwork in the one little spot that's easy for me to grab and go if I have to. So think about that. Do you know where all of your important documents are that you'll need in case of an emergency? If not, you need to find them all and get them at least into one centralized location, even if you just shove it all into a Ziploc bag. But you know what? I'll make a little video on that, of how you can take your documents in just a little cryovac machine and put them in a waterproof thing that you just have a stack of papers. As long as you don't get by fire, you'll be fine. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough about this. Again, walking to Preparedness Month. Need to get ready for anything and everything to happen. So with that, be smart, be prepared, stay safe, have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the next one.